What's up, my little pod champs? It's Red, coming back at you with another action figure video. And today we're going to be unboxing, taking a quick little look at the brand new Transformers Age of the Primes Fugitive Waspinator figure. I just saw the full run of deluxes. I think the full run of deluxes? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was all of them. At Walmart today. So I was like, well, I always told myself if I saw Wasp, it's going to be on site. And so it was. This is his box. This is how he looks. He comes with his stuffs and things. Let's see how this new packaging is. We finally got Windows back, which I'm happy because, you know, how many missing heads does it take before we finally get back to some sort of reasonable compromise, you know? So let's pull this guy out here. Whoop. Got our papers. I will say I like the art on the side here. It's pretty good. I like the fact that we're getting at least a glimpse of alt mode too on these packages. It's nice. I already know how to transform this guy, so this is just gonna be recycling for me, I suppose, as far as the paper goes, like instructions and whatnot. Let's start off with the dime bag, the goodie bag where we keep our heroin at. Sidebar: I've been watching season 1 of Daredevil again, just kind of for funsies over the weekend, or I just finished it. And the little heroin bags that like Madame Gao has, like all those blind people making, really reminds me. Like this reminds me of those a lot because it's like just that little kind of like wax paper looking thing. Just really just makes me think. These make me think of that now. And speaking of new shows, or old shows, new shows, Daredevil Born Again's been pretty good. It is currently, well, I'll just say the first 3 episodes are out, and they've all been really fire. I'm honestly surprised Disney didn't drop the ball, if I'm going to be real. But this video is not about Daredevil, and it's not really like a show review. Today's video is about this guy and how much. Oh, there's still a leg in there. Go. There we go. Oh man, I have been dying. I've been fiending for this dude to come out ever since they announced him finally, because ever since the original toy of this dude got canceled all the way back in like 2009 or 2010. Was it 2010 or 2009? I don't know. Ever since it got canceled, let's just scooch all this over. I've just been really wanting one of these, and I'm really glad that we got one because this is my favorite Bumblebee toy right now. Like, this figure is so good. I love his articulation and everything. My dog is freaking out in the background if you hear her breathing heavily and shaking around. I apologize. But this dude, this mold is just so nice. All of the joints feel amazing right out the box. Everything's pretty tight within reason. Nothing's feeling like it's like shredding or breaking or anything like that. And yeah, dude, this guy is so nice. So show off his accessories. He's got nice purple versions of the rockets that came with Bumblebee, and those will plug right on there to his back. And I did find out, I might show this off in a cut here in a second, but so these don't really hold regular like Siege and Transformers like blast effects, like, you know, Studio Series or mainline adjacent blast effects that come with figures nowadays. But the holes are like 3 mil, I think, because Marvel Legends like Iron Man blast effects actually do work with this guy for the rockets. So that's a pretty neat thing. I think the only issue I have with this mold overall is like the huge oversight of just not being able to really like just plug these in by themselves and have it look good. unless you do the kind of combined thing, because like these would go so hard just being able to have them as just his handheld weapons, or not handheld, like, because they still, like, they're integrated, quote unquote, you know, integrated, because they just kind of plug onto the wrist, but they are nice. It would be nice to just be able to, like, have them point straight when he's not doing the kind of combined thing, because this has never been my favorite look for this. It's neat. It's a nice callback to the original toy of Bumblebee, but honestly, I think it might be really hilarious to find a huge gun for this guy, like just completely disproportionate. I think that might be fun. Let's go ahead and transform him real quick while we got him right here, just because it doesn't take long. You know, I might do a cut and do some better comparisons, but I am just excited, and this is a figure I've transformed many a time just because, like I said, the Bumblebee mold, like the animated bee mold, is my favorite Bumblebee toy. So it's one that I am fairly familiar with just from, you know, doing my fiddles, shifting it back and forth. Man, this repaint looks so good. Like, all of the paint is very crisp and clean looking. The head looks really nice. There's a little blemish on, like, the kind of forehead crest, but it's not too bad. Honestly, I think I like the colors on this guy more than even Bumblebee. Like, I love the Bumblebee. Like, it's black and yellow, it's classic. But, dude, just this kind of two-tone, like, sea foamy green and, like, a nice kind of, like, bright foresty green are so beautiful together with the purple accents. Yeah, there you go. Nice. I think these might be the same. Yeah, I think those are the same color as Bumblebee, the headlights, but they pop a lot more on this guy because it's not like yellow on yellow. And yeah, looking real good. Just pop these on there. And these can, I'll show it off just the once because I don't ever do this, but these can kind of pop onto here and it looks acceptable, I suppose, but, you know, I don't ever really mess with that because I gave Bumblebee these, like, Netflix Bumblebee guns because I think he looks really good. He kind of gives me Diddy Kong vibes because he's got, like he's got, like, coconut guns or whatever, or peanut guns, whatever he shoots. And these kind of give those vibes, so I kind of get that vibe from this figure. So I don't know. I'll find a weapon that I like with Wasp in due time for sure. But yeah, there he is with his little boosters. Yeah, this guy's pretty nice. Let's do a cut here, and we'll take a look at him with some other stuff. All right, and here we are back again with some comparisons. This is how he's looking with the Leader Class 86 Grimlock mold and good old Commander 86 Prime. That's how they look together. If you wanted to kind of fit this dude into your Chug collection, kind of retroactively make him like a G1 character if you wanted to, there he is with 86B. And here he is with the also fairly new deluxe Armada Wheeljack figure. Love that guy. I think that's probably my favorite version of the Siege Sideswipe mold. And for funsies, here he is with the Mecha Invasion long haul. The Leg Boys, Bun Crusher and Scavenger just shipped, so they should be here in probably another week or two, hopefully. I might do a video on this set of Constructicons when they all come out, but as you can see, he's a very large lad. So, and just for another kind of random general deluxe vibe, here he is with the I forget what they're called. I almost said Stardust Crusaders. That's like a JoJo thing. But there he is with the Walmart exclusive Legacy United Cannonball. And just for funsies, like I said earlier, these kind of Marvel Legends Iron Man like flight effects normally plug right in there. Sometimes they're tighter, sometimes they're not, but you can certainly use them for a pick or two. And they look just fine. They stay in pretty good. Shake them up, they're not falling out. Unless you want them out, yeah. But, and also, here's with some big guns. This is the Siege Ironhide rocket launcher. I forget what they even called this thing. It's got a ridiculous name. But something about just having this little dude with a freaking big heavy rocket launcher just seems kind of funny to me. But yeah, I think overall I'm really vibing with this guy. His articulation is the same as the Bumblebee mold, so if you've had a version of that figure, you've most certainly dealt with his articulation before, but just for the sake of it, he's kind of got weird shoulders, but they work really well. So he's got two kind of shoulder joints. So he's got this main one that gets, forward, back, and then he's got, good out, like do a T-pose. And you just kind of have to shift stuff around because it's on like this double thing. But as long as you know how to move it, this guy really feels like, this mold feels like the Transformers equivalent to like a Reveltech, like Amazing Yamaguchi figure sometimes, because the shoulders, they work, you just have to move them just right. Then he's kind of got this lower joint right here, so you can get your all the way ups and all that, and more back if that's what you want. So then you can also, like, it kind of functions as a double elbow or a double shoulder. Then you've got your elbow right here with bicep swivel, and you get a little past 90 even just with that. You get wrist swivels, and due to a transformation you could kind of do a wrist hinge, but you don't really get a lot without breaking the sculpt, like untransforming the door panel. So it's not a huge deal, but then you get waist, and if you unhook some transformation joints, you can kind of fudge an ab crunch, but I don't really ever find the need to do this because, as you'll see in a second, his hips actually go crazy high. So anything you really need him to do with an ab crunch, you can kind of already get before even using the disc transformation to use the ab crunch. So yeah, like I said, so they go back this far forward normally, but you just pull them out a little bit and they go all the way up, full missionary. And then you get thigh swivel, you get all the way out, and then some really nice deep knee cut that's basically double jointed range on a single joint. Then you get a little bit of forward and back on the ankle, and then you get your nice ankle tilt. One thing about the ankle tilt is to really get the full Monty on it, the full potential, is like you have to like kind of push it forward and just kind of pop it like just slightly around here because it gets caught on a little bit of plastic, but it's not too bad, and I don't feel like it's flexing enough to break. It's just a little bit of a pop, but then you get like a nice bend inward, so you can keep them flat-footed on some pretty wide stances. And head is on a ball joint, looks all the way up, and it's on like a bit of a hinge too, so it, for transformation it kind of goes back this way, so you can kind of have it go back for some other stuff. I feel like the Bumblebee gets a little more tilt, but it could just be that it's a little tight on this one, but you get a little bit of tilt, and then left and right obviously, since it is on a ball joint. And that up is really nice since he's got the rocket packs. You'll probably want some good flight poses out of him, and he's just a really dynamic, fun toy to pose. Like, this mold is one of my favorite modern deluxes, even though it's more like the perfect version of an old school like Scout class or Basic because of how small it is. But you can definitely feel the deluxe budget, I think, because like his plastic's very dense. There's like zero hollowness basically, and the articulation is just so next level compared to anything like Core or Scout or anything like that would have come out back in the day. and he's just very fun, very dynamic. I love the shapes. I love seeing this much car chunk on a Transformer, especially on a smaller guy like this. Just having the big wheels on the shoulders and on the knees, roughly, it just feels so good. Like he's got this kind of armored aesthetic. Like he feels like a little soldier man. Honestly, if I didn't love the head sculpt so much for just Wasp, like this would be such a good little army builder just to have some like basic small scale like Decepticon bros. Like if we could get like a Viacon of this or something, that'd be so nice. Or gosh, it'd be really cool to kind of get more like an actual Cobra Bat, because I think that's something they did with a crossover exclusive a long time ago. They painted Prime Soundwave like a Cobra Bat. Like if we could get dudes like this mold that are painted like Cobra Bats and have like a head sculpt of a Cobra Bat, almost like that that Viper figure we got way back when, back in like Combiner Wars, it was like the Power Glide repaint, and that was a cool little army builder for like a legend scale. But yeah, I think this guy, man, it's gonna be hard because like this dude, this is my Bumblebee. This is the Shelf B. Like he sits with my main Autobot display and everything, and like obviously like there's room for both of these in my collection, but I don't know which one's my favorite. I think it's gotta be, I gotta say it's this dude, because just due to the nature of matching yellow paints to plastic, his color scheme feels a lot more solid and cohesive just because the colors don't run at all. So yeah, I will say the one thing I do prefer on Bumblebee is the slight transparency to the red paint on the Siren Light. On this guy, it's a just a flat, like kind of opaque red. So, but other than that, I think this dude is my favorite. But once again, they're the same mold, both amazing toys. Because it's the same mold, whatever. I gotta say, wish list, more than just the Cobra Bat. I really want an animated Rat Trap, or Rattle, or whatever they call them, Rattle Trap. I really want an animated Rat Trap on this body. I think that'd be so fun and cool. Just because we never got a toy of him even at a convention. Like we got the Cheetor one that was on the Blur mold. And that'd also be really easy to do, like 86 Blur or the retool the IDW Blur into animated Cheetor. That'd be cool. But I just like Rat Trap. Like I love Rat Trap. He's one of my favorite characters from Transformers, period. So having like a vehicle mode version like Cybertronian or whatever on this body would be really cool. Just more Beast Wars as vehicles like that, just to kind of fit more in the main display. That stuff's fun to me. But anywho, this dude's really good. He's going in the goon jar, bro. He's gonna be swimming in like he's gonna be swimming with the little swimmers, bro. He's gonna be he can't breathe. He's gonna be sitting in there with Rainbow Dash and Twilight Sparkle or whatever. He gonna be just leave him on my radiator so he cooks a little bit. I love this thing. Go out and get one. Check your Walmarts. I just happened to find them on the random. I think my Walmart had 2, and then they had 2 Solus Prime, and then they had 1 Slingshot and 1 Air Raid. So this guy is dual packed, or they just had 2 crates. I don't know, but this guy's awesome. Go out and get one. Check your local places. Might just be lucky. Take care. Deuces.